Hey, how's it going? How you doing? Look at that. It's a nice, quaint little Eden run today. Isn't that something? Isn't that something enjoyable every once in a while? Technology, an item that I encounter far too rarely and enjoy far too much for what it does. It doesn't knock back enemies, for instance, which is kind of an issue sometimes. But yeah, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Hey, hope you're having a good time, man. Hope you're enjoying yourselves and all that or whatever. Yeah. I am currently suffering the consequences of my own hubris. The consequences of my own actions, the consequences of, lunch today, which was about an hour ago. I, had a heaping bowl of chili con carne. Just chili and beans and, a little bit of rice mixed in there as well. And, brother, I had way too much. I had way too much. I certainly could have dealt with having one less scoop of the chili sauce. But hey, you know, it was tasty as hell. It was wonderful, and I am now suffering the food coma. But hey, it's, you know, secondary really. Tomorrow me is gonna have to worry about far greater issues, but right now I'm living the life. I'm enjoying it, the food that I ate, and it was great. I'm not the same man I was about an hour ago. Normally you can just knock back this guy, and then you don't have to worry about like dodging him. You can just kind of get him stuck on the wall and keep shooting him, but no, I actually gotta dodge and shit. Kind of annoying in its own right. Oh well, some HP. Don't mind if I do. What about my item room though? Please, show me something good. Now, I probably just want to use Pandora's box on this floor, by the way, because you get 2 soul hearts, which is pretty good, all things considered. Because it allows me to get a deal guaranteed next floor, and it's not like the payouts of it are gonna get much better for a while. So, yeah, you know what? Frees up my space per item as well, I don't have to worry about that now. The secret room has got to be here. It's just the only reasonable location for it. Unfortunately, it has nothing of note inside. But what can you do? What can you do? That's how it goes sometimes. Give me a bomb. Keeper's bargain is nice though, I guess. Look man, life's good. I survived long enough to get to play Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree tomorrow. So, you know, life's good for me, man. I got nothing to complain about. I'm gonna have a great old time with that. Playing it way too fucking much, and probably ruining my life in other ways. But yeah, that's gonna be good fun, man. I've never looked forward to something more than that. Like, I was already excited for the original Elden Ring launch, and the game hooked me at the time, obviously, but it is funny to me how I've played more Elden Ring this year, and I even started getting back into it before the DLC was even, like, the date was even announced, but I've played more of it this year than I did in the first 2 years that the game was out. Which is kinda crazy if you think about it. I'm curious about my Steam Rewind at the end of the year, because I think I'm gonna have like 500 or 600 hours total, if I add on whatever time I'm gonna spend on the DLC of Elden Ring this year, which is actually insane. Because I don't spend that much time in video games anymore, specifically like single video games that much anymore. It's rare for a game to do that to me nowadays, is what I'm trying to say. It might be one of the best games ever made, just by that definition. It's crazy, bro. It's for some reason, you know, game journalists always get early access despite the fact that they suck at the games. The DLC's already got glowing reviews. What's a glowing review to me? It's when a journalist says that the game is too hard. If a game journalist says that they find the game too difficult, that means the game must be amazing. It's the only explanation for it. Why they would consider it to be that way. Do I want to open this? Yeah, screw it. Yeah, arguably worth it, I guess. Maybe. You think there's a secret room right here? It's just the room layout just spoke to me. Ooh, mystery sack. Yeah, it's gonna be great fun, man. Game journalists saying that the shit is hard as balls is got me excited as hell. There's nothing more I could ask for. And making the damn balance patch as well, which means all the good builds are probably getting nerfed right before the DLC, which would be funny as hell. Like, it's so funny to me that people were saying, like, oh yeah, here's... What build are you taking into the DLC? Here's what I'm taking into the DLC. Like, it matters at all. You're gonna find a cool weapon within 5 minutes of starting, and just use that. Because they're adding, like, 100 new weapons, bro. Why would you, like... Who cares? You're just gonna use whatever you find, whatever you think is cool. And worst case, you're even gonna respec to fit into it, right? Do I really... I don't have the money. I'm going Angel Deals. I'm going Angel Deals. I don't care. At least for now, I'm gonna stick with Angel Deals, and that's the plan. I should play this guy though. You know what? There are some red hearts laying around. Old Bandage now makes this even more usable. Tower card is truly evil, truly heinous. Thank you, Old Bandage. Hey, there you go. That's a good payout. I was asking for damage. I got some tier rate out of it too. Nice. Okay. I can't play this guy though. You know what? He's getting wiped out of the face of the earth for no particular reason. I just felt like being evil today and murdering him. There's a rune down here I never even did, apparently. Very funny if I got a ton of red hearts out of this. So yeah, life's nice, man. I get to play a peak video game in my lifetime. Now the next point to survive to afterwards is probably GTA 6. That one might be a tough one, because war in Europe is probably mere months away. And, you know, I'm gonna get drafted or some shit. Or much rather, I'm gonna, you know... I'm not gonna get drafted because I'm not stupid enough to actually die in a war. So instead, I'm gonna get arrested or fucking have to do, like, you know... whatever the alternative is, like, forced labor or some shit. I don't know. But my ass is not picking up a gun and going to war. You can forget about that. I've talked about this before. You can't reintroduce a draft in a country that hasn't had it. Or that hasn't had mandatory military service, because people don't fucking want to do it anymore. Is a surefire way to get rid of any young voters, you know? Like, politics in this country are already cooked as is, and now you've got the established parties being like, oh, well, we're gonna reintroduce a draft. We're gonna force young people to go to war. What do you mean? Why do we keep losing voters, man? What the hell? Why does nobody want to vote for us? It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. Anyway, I've been dipping into politics again for no reason. Just saying, you know. Hope you're all looking forward to World War III. I, for one, am thinking how I'm going to benefit from this. Now, I know how that sounds, but let me finish. I know I'm a terrible person, yada yada. Think of it like this, right? There's nothing that I, as an individual, can do at this point to prevent World War III from happening. It's almost inevitable. It's going to happen. And if it doesn't, then oh well. But, either way, you know, if I'm not going to be able to prevent it, I'm sure I'll be able to survive because I live in the middle of nowhere, you know, in the countryside, so I should be fine for the most part. How can I benefit from this? Well, I should start investing into, like, Lockheed Martin and shit, right? I should invest into, like, cybersecurity companies, because, the wars of the future are probably fought on the digital scale, not just, with weapons or whatever. It's you know, gonna be fought, like, people hacking infrastructure and shit like that. So, what I'm saying is, maybe it's a good idea to... maybe it's a good idea to do stuff like that. That's what I'm saying. I got hit way too much during that fight, but oh well. Hey, look, I got another tears up. I got myself an Angel Deal as well with a actually decent item for once. It's not been a good track record lately for Angel Deals. A lot of times I've been getting them, they've been kind of mid. And the tier rate is nice as well, you love to see it. Now, I would love to get some more damage ups as well, because 4 damage is just kind of anemic. It feels kind of bad for technology, although it's the same as having any old tiers. It's kind of weird like that. So yeah, you know, what I'm trying to say is maybe I should start doing some research. Just dump like $100 on like some sort of cybersecurity firm or whatever, and maybe I'll acquire generational wealth that way. You know, it worked for people during other wars. You invest into arms companies, and suddenly, you know, they invade Iraq. So maybe, sorry, not Iraq, it's Iraq. I think. I don't know. I'm trying to be better about pronunciation, or much rather, I'm trying to avoid the Americanized pronunciations. I usually go out of my way. I have a bit of a complex about that, you know. But yeah. I'm just saying, maybe there's a case to be made for it. Maybe we should be treating things that way. I'm just making some plans. This isn't financial advice in any capacity, but if you are fortunate enough to not be in zones that would be affected by an all-out world war, perhaps even involving nuclear warheads, aka you don't live in a big city that will be wiped off the face of the earth immediately, consider it. You might as well, if you know, because like, worst case, you die in the war. Okay, then you don't need the money anyway. Best case, you live, and then once the war is over, you have $1 trillion. You know what I'm saying? I don't know where I'm going with this bit. This is getting more and more unhinged every waking moment. You know what? Just stomp this guy. Fuck Min Min. We don't like Min Min. Range down doesn't matter at all. Speed down a little annoying, but the range down doesn't matter at all, considering I have tech, which is unaffected completely. Utterly and completely unaffected. Boy oh boy. Hey, more tier rate that I don't need. Bro, I need someone to break that damn tears cap, man. We're dying out here with the damn tears cap, getting hit 4 times over. Oh, okay. Thanks for the nickel. Always got your eyes on the prize, man. Get that money making, something money machine or something like that. I don't know. I've never listened to a single 100 Gex song in my life. The only one I know of the existence of is Money Machine. And I've listened to the chorus of it, and it sounds like utter crap. And I don't know what type of genre 100 Gex falls into. Is it purposely bad? Is it, like, just experimental and sounds purposely grating? I don't know. It's not for me. Let's say it like that. It's not for me. I'm sure there's people out there that absolutely love it, and I'm happy for you. I really am. I'm happy that you get to enjoy something that most people don't, and that you have, you know, a fun experience thanks to that or something. Also, why 100 Gex? What happened to the 99 other ones? What happened to the ones after? Well, it's definitely gonna be the right item, because I don't care about a D5. Hey, Summoner breaks the tears cap. Let's go. Dude, we're tear rate maxing. You love to see it. Holy crap. I'm also gonna be having some great times in my shop on this floor. Should I ever find it? Should it ever present itself to me in any chance? Oh, well, there it is. I mean, I guess I'll take Hive Mind. I got no reason not to. Who's the boss? It's Gideon, my old pal! How you doing, man? Oh, it's been so long, and by that I mean it's been about 2 days, because I'm pretty sure I fought this guy last run, and if not, then the one before that. Alright, no extra deal, that's fine. I guess I'll take this, why not? More fun stuff, please. A sack room of sorts would be kind of nice, for instance. I wouldn't mind that at all. I would kind of vibe with that, actually. As the Zoomers would say, I would fuck with that hard. That's what the Zoomers say, right? That's what the kids nowadays say. I don't know. I feel like I'm starting to become more in touch with the Zoomers, and that's not because I'm like at the top end of being a Zoomer, right? I'm 25, born in 1998. That's like the top end of Zoomers. And for the longest time, when I was in like my late teens, early 20s, I always felt like I was super out of touch with the rest of my generation, quote unquote, because they were all still in their mid-teens. They were all still in like middle school and high school and whatnot, right? They were all still doing kind of like a little bit more different stuff than I was. And now that like most of the generation has actually become adults, I feel like I'm starting to become a little bit more in touch with my kin, to say the least. More tear rate, by the way, you love to see it. And it's not because I've gotten more in touch, but it's just because they've all gotten older as well, I think. But yeah, you know, I use the terminology fuck with from time to time. I think it's cool. What a weird fucking boomer ass thing to say. What an old person thing to say, man. Bro, you're so old. Go back home to your family, man. What are you even doing here? Oh, he stays frozen forever, huh? Huge news. Another angel deal. Monstrous. I mean, sure, I guess. What I want is I want to hit the damage threshold, where your tech laser stops being like the little zap type it is right now, and it starts being like the chunky, like, you know, the little bit chunkier feeling laser. And I don't know what the damage threshold is for that to happen. It might be 10 damage. You know what? Never too late to pay to win. It's actually gonna be so messed up when Gen Alpha starts becoming adults and start blaming Zoomers for stuff that's wrong in the world. That's gonna be the messed up point to be at in life, man. I'm not looking forward to that at all. It's gonna suck so much, man. It's gonna suck so much not being the youngest generation that actually has an impact on the world anymore, man. What the hell are we doing here, you know? Anyway, speaking of money makers, I guess, there's an idea that I came up with a while ago. Or much rather, a thought that just entered my head, a rogue thought. So you know how, like, gacha games are basically money printers? Like, they are almost always absurdly successful. People are very much willing to empty their wallets for PNGs or maybe a virtual anime girl or stuff like that. And they all mostly follow a similar formula. But I don't know if this already exists or not, but has anybody ever thought about... I'm doing like market research here, right? What if you found an audience, a user base, that also happens to have a lot of money to spare, right? Have you ever thought about how maybe your gacha games could make even more money if you appealed to audiences that happen to have a lot of money? Don't get me wrong, a lot of gacha games are already very successful because they happen to appeal to rich weeaboos. But have you ever considered, you know, how there is an audience known, a group of people known on Earth for having suspicious amounts of money and being very well interested in fictional characters? I'm talking about furries. Has there been a furry type gacha game? And if not, do you reckon it would do well? There's a lot going on for it. Furries are known to want to spend copious amounts of money for art of their furry characters, or a fursuit even, you know? They're definitely willing to dump a lot of money onto an endeavor like that, so it doesn't necessarily sound like an unreasonable thing that could very well exist. That's unfortunate. Like, I'm starting to think that this could be a business venture that might be worth pursuing. The only issue I see with it that may be the case, and I don't know how well this works, is that I feel like furries tend to be a little bit more creative than the average weeb that gets into a gacha game. I mean, I'm the perfect example, basically, right? What I mean by that is that I feel like furries, while they enjoy the idea of an anthropomorphic wolf, which, now that I think about it, saying that furries are creative is actually kind of ironic because, like, 80% of them are wolves or foxes as their OCs, but let's just put that aside. I feel like the reason they get into the idea of being a furry or whatever is because they have their own character, their own OC that they like, and that's usually what they commission art of and stuff like that. I feel like a pre-made furry character wouldn't be something they'd be as willing to spend money on, right? When that's all gacha games could be, technically, as far as I'm aware. So maybe it wouldn't do that well, right? Maybe, I don't know, I'm not in the fandom. I don't know what it's like. Maybe it would do well. Maybe there is a market that's untapped here, and I'm actually thinking of the greatest business venture ever known to man. Past, you know, investing into arms dealers and companies of the sort, as there's war looming on a global scale. But has anybody ever thought of this? Is this a good idea? You reckon this would work? Do you reckon there would be a market for a furry-centric gacha game with anthropomorphic animal-featured characters? Just colorful fucking dogs walking around and shit like that? I'm just saying, I feel like that there could be something to that. There's potentially a market there that is yet to be captured, and that may very well yield incredible returns. But I think it's just that gacha games in general aren't that popular in the West, right? I feel like obviously there's Western people that play gacha games. I play Arknights, right? But I feel like the big markets for gacha games happen to be in Asia usually, right? Japan, Korea, China. Those tend to be, I mean, a lot of gacha games are made by Chinese companies, so I feel like that tends to be where the markets are. So I feel like, I don't know what the furry fandom in places in East Asia is like. I don't know if there's many Indonesians that love furry stuff, that are as into it as maybe in the West. I feel like furries are more of a Western phenomenon. So, you know, maybe that's the problem there as well. You'd have to capture a market that is usually less interested in gambling for virtual currency or virtual characters to begin with. And at that point, you know, it kind of falls apart a bit, basically, is what I'm trying to say. I feel like at that point, we are perhaps losing that, maybe. I don't know where I'm going with this, but it's I don't know, it's just like a brainwave that hit me once, and I was like, well, yeah, you know, there's something to it. There could be a market there. There could definitely be some money to be made in a market like that, so perhaps it's something worth pursuing. Let me know what you think. Are you a furry? Are you interested in a gacha game that has exclusively furry-related characters? Also, I feel like I've asked this before, but why do like 80 to 90% of furries have a dog or fox character as their OC? Like, I know there's other subtypes, there's like scalies and shit, but like, I don't know, I feel like you only ever see dudes with dogs. You know what I mean? Like, it's all just dogs, like, in colorful outfits and stuff. Sometimes there's a fox. I don't ever see cats. I never see, you know... Like, where's the creativity? Why is it all just dogs all the way down? There's no point in holding on to... Oh, yeah, I got space now. I was gonna say, there's no point in holding on to pay to win. Considering I am going to not encounter any more item rooms after this floor, but for the time being, I got space for it anyway. So it turns out I'll just keep it. But I guess it's fine, don't get me wrong, but I feel like I can do better. Oh, dude, I should take an E. coli because I have Midas's touch. I am so silly. You know what? Give me Flatstone. How's that work? Interesting. Interesting, that's an interesting synergy with tech. I don't know if that's... It's probably from the mod, let's be honest. I don't think that's a vanilla synergy. But an interesting one nonetheless. Alright, let's see how much damage this actually does if you're like at the ideal range and the bullets all hit. Okay, it's actually pretty good. It's actually pretty good. We're going down because I got so much health. There's no reason for me not to. Basically, that's the only reason. Another double key room. It is a 4. Fascinating. Very curious indeed. I need to find myself a pedestal. Man, I wish I hadn't dropped that judgment card now, but the 40 out energy just seems so much more interesting. You never know, right? Bros, I'm starting to doubt whether I'm gonna get any item pedestals to reroll with that 4 room. I wish I'd just kept the damn judgment card. I got rid of it like a damn fool, and now I'm paying the price for my hubris, for my greed. At least I got another deal, though. I can't re-roll it, but you know what? Wafer is pretty fucking good. Wafer is a pretty good consolation prize here. Yeah, I can live with that, actually. You know, I guess this guy could give me chests that give me items. Or he could just give me chests that give me nothing. And I'm just gonna send it. I don't care if there's anything else on this floor. I don't care if there might have been a secret room with something crazy inside of it. I don't give a damn. I value my time a little bit more than that, and that's why we're just going straight down to the dark room. What do you got? Conjoined piece, mid item, guppy piece, and another conjoined piece. I mean, that's pretty nice. That's an okay haul. I might as well grab Azazel's horn. Why not? Azazel's rage, whatever, because I have Book of Revs anyway, so I can get some HP back. Well, Camo Undies, huh? There you go, we had to hit the damage threshold with Camo Undies. Yeah! Chunky lasers, at least every once in a while in the start of a room. For a split second. Libra. You know, fuck it. What's the worst that could happen? I get an all stats down. Okay, I lose some damage and tear rate. I get a lot of range. Yeah, it turns out it wasn't all that, huh? But look, now I can get some stats and maybe it'll be fine. All that matters now is that I find like my reflection or something. A crazy range up and then Libra is gonna be good again. I will hold on to the cope that Libra is actually a good item. You will not change my mind. Libra is good, but just not in every situation. He's getting pummeled into the wall, man. Poor guy. No, I would not like another round. I would like to leave and kill Mega Satan. See, I got a range up for this fight, which basically means I got an all stats up. More importantly, I think I've got the chunky laser threshold, so anything, actually, getting Libra was worth it. Because it enabled that for me. I got the chunky laser damage going now. That's a huge one, that's a huge one. Oh, this is a pretty easy fight, all things considered. I'm never gonna die on this one. It's impossible for me to die. I love pummeling enemies into walls, though, and just seeing those chunks get taken out of the health bars. I wonder if that does work on Mega Satan here, too. Despite the fact that it's not an instant kill Mega Satan fight for once, it's still so easy, dude. Literally nothing to do, man. I can just stand here, I don't even care if I get hit. Like, I could dodge, obviously. But, like, does it matter? Not really. Also, why does this stuff feel easier to dodge when you have more health? Anybody know what this is about? Why is he easier to dodge when you don't have to worry about dying? When you can take some hits and all the pressure is off or whatever. Oh, avoid. I mean, fine, it's more items, I guess. I value my time, but at the same time, I also think that getting some stuff out of this could be cool. Oh god, what the fuck? So I got tech 0 for this one, but why do they suddenly split indefinitely? That's curious. That's an interesting, probably a bug, to be fair. But they just split indefinitely. Okay, so if I find tech 0, that's an item to take if I want to crash the game. But also, very, very curious.
A few minutes later.
Well, here we go. Might as well stock up on full HP and let's have a good time. That's what you like to see. Look at that, man. Whatever, man. You got nothing on me. I'm killing you. Yes! No! Don't teleport. He's been doing surprisingly little of that. I've just been like pummeling him into walls and he's just kind of been getting destroyed by it. It's absolutely wonderful. If he stays in this form and takes no boss armor either, that's absolutely wonderful. Where are you? Don't hide. Don't hide yourself. Why are you concealing yourself, you foolish creature? You devil? You are dead, and that is all you are worth. And I am done with this run. Would you look at that? Hey, that was nice. That was a nice little run. Surprisingly powerful. Turns out starting with good items this Eden is always pretty good. Anyway, that's it from me for today. I shall see you again, well, probably tomorrow on stream for some Elden Ring, because that's when the damn DLC comes out. And I'll be able to play it. And also, eventually, maybe for more Isaac. I don't know I'll see how much free time I got between playing 12 hours of Elden Ring every day for the next week. Realistically, I'll probably make more Isaac stuff though. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. For now, have a good rest of your day. Bye!